Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Duplex Built to Rent. My name is Juan Cristales. I'm a full-time real estate investor here in the Texas market. I've done over 200 fix and flips, and I've now focused completely on just building duplexes here in the local market. Today, I'm going to go over 3 things that I would have done differently on this particular duplex that I'm going to show you here today. We just got these pictures. These are hot off the press. There's going to be 3 things that I would do completely different if I were to do this exact same process again. Let's get into it. All right, so as you can see, this duplex is completely finished up. I'm gonna click on the pictures here. I'm just gonna go cycle through them to make it easier for you guys. And as these things come up, I'm gonna show them to you. Here we go. So I like the colors that we picked for the exterior. They're very modern looking colors. We ended up using 3 colors on the exterior. As you can tell, we did a white, alabaster white with some darker gray and then a really dark trim black on the exterior trim. Now, that all looks good and great, but here's the number one thing I would have looked at differently. You see, I was in a bit of a rush, and this particular duplex was on a corner. And because it was on a corner, I had to use a set of plans that had already been proven is to be approved inside the city limits. So as you can see here, we have the fence line this way, and we have the property boundary line somewhere. Let's see, I'm going to say it's going to be somewhere around here is where the property boundary line is, okay? The challenge that we had on this particular duplex is that because it's a corner lot, we have a 5-foot building setback here, we have a 25 building setback here, and we have 10 in the back. And then instead of being 5 here on the front, we actually had 15. So it ended up taking 15 feet off the property boundary line on this side, which made the duplex thinner and much longer. So as you can see, the one here in the back, it's a little bit shorter, but this one is also wider. So anyway, the number one thing I would have done is sat down with the architect who actually did this and compress it a little bit more. It did not need to be as long as it is. And I'm going to show you on the inside what effect that had. So maybe we could have made it a little bit, not wider this way, but a little bit shorter in this direction. And I'm going to show you why. So let's go and get back to where we were at the very beginning so I can show you what the implications of that are going to be. Here we are, we're going inside of the duplex. Everything looks good. And here's the living room. It's nice size, really great. Nothing to complain about there. But here's where I started getting into problems. And this is the number one thing that really bit me hard was all of these cabinets. Oh my goodness gracious. We ended up spending over $9,000, more than $9,000 on 2 sets of cabinets because we buy the 2 units at the same time, right? So unit A and unit B. So this one here is going to be unit A, and we are now, look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then the ones on this wall, 17. I mean, that is way too many cabinets for what we're trying to accomplish here. I really wish I would have looked at it. Look at this, more cabinets here on this back wall, plus the cabinets that are going to be going into the bathroom. So, you know, it looks great. Don't get me wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong, but for the rental market, for what we're trying to accomplish, it was definitely overkill. We did not need to go into that many cabinets. Next time, if I have to do something like this, I'm definitely going to modify it so that we do less cabinets. Around 11 to 12 total sets of cabinets in the kitchen, I think is pretty ideal. But aside from that, I mean, it all came out great. It looks fantastic. Nothing to complain about there. So now, we talked about the cabinets. The second thing we're going to be talking about here is the bathrooms, right? Look at how deep this bathroom is. Now, it looks great, don't get me wrong, but this is a massive piece. So now we're having to spend also more money on the countertops as well. Look at this massive slab piece that's going to be going for this bathroom. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks great. It's going to attract tenants. We want that, but at the same time, it is definitely overkill for a rental property and what we are ultimately trying to accomplish. Let's see, that looks good there. So again, this is going to be the hall bathroom for this one. We have the utility room here kind of hiding in the background there. Let's see. And then we're going to get to the very last thing. Now, the utility room is, you know, has these doors. These are like accordion doors. That's what we call them. But here's something that I'll tell you that is a third thing that I would have done differently. What I would have done differently if I had done this all over again. Again, I'll tell you, sometimes when you're in a bit of a rush, you just kind of just accept it. These plans had already been approved inside the city limits somewhere else. And, you know, it was very, very easy for me to just say, hey, look, we're going to do the exact same thing. It's actually the exact same dimension lot. Just make it fit, and then we're just going to go ahead and go through with that. All right, so you see these doors here now. Not a big deal, right? Double doors inside the closets. This is something else that has to be standardized. This door here can be the same door here. There's no reason to have two double doors there, not for a rental. I mean, it looks great, don't get me wrong, and I know that the tenants are going to love it. People are going to, you know, like this deal, but at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily benefit, and we spent more money on two doors versus one door. Does that make sense? So now we're having to buy three doors instead of just two. So that's the other thing that I would have changed. Anywhere where we have a closet that can just be replaced with one door, I would have done that modification as well. If I had to do this thing all over again. But aside from that, we have our drone shots. The pictures came out fantastic. This is something else that we always want to do whenever we're doing properties that we're going to be leasing out, is we want to show where the property is, and then we want to give everyone a quick overview of all the conveniences that are nearby, especially major thoroughfares like the Highway 45 here. The fire department, you know, eateries, places people can go shopping for groceries and stuff like that. We got a park, we got schools, all that kind of stuff here. Very, very cool. And I really like how these pictures came out. This guy is an absolute professional. Let me see here. I'm going to show you this Unit B. This is going to be the back side of it. This is the other entrance to the duplexes here. And, you know, it looks awesome. I really like how these came out. The quality is there. The workmanship is there, but again, the cabinets, just too many cabinets. I should have shrunk it. I shouldn't have been so crazy quick to try to get this thing done. I would have modified the bathrooms to make them a little bit shorter. Lots of countertop space there, lots of cabinets in the bathrooms as well. And then I would have definitely done something about, you know, standardizing some of those doors. So, all right, guys, that is all I have for you. I'm super excited. This property is going to be going on the market. We're going to be getting $1,600 per door, give or take. So we're going to be at about $3,200, which is going to be more than enough to cover the principal, the interest, taxes, and insurance, or the mortgage payment on this thing. And, you know, if we did this correctly, we should be out of pocket very, very, very little bit of money, or none at all. So if you want to learn a little bit more about this stuff, please feel free to join my free school community. Love to have you guys there. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.